In part 2 of this video, we'll continue to add content to our home page. This video will actually pick up where part 1 ended. So if you haven't done so already, log into your dashboard, load Elementor on your home page, and get to your home page Elementor editing page so that we can continue work. You will notice that I'm in Elementor in the same place that I left off editing the home page in the previous video. If you haven't watched that video yet, I invite you to go back and do that, and it'll get you caught up. We are ready to begin to add our videos and descriptions that we're going to put on this home page that go with the idea of building a website in the video series that we're creating. So I'm going to jump right in, and the very first thing I'm going to do is add a new intersection. This is going to be a, need to get it right underneath here. This is going to actually be a 2-column section. And we need to go ahead and style that because we're also going to make the background of this section white as well. So I'm going to go Style and Background. And under Color, I'm going to click White. So I'm going to do the same thing as I did up here to offset it from the background cream color. And then I'm going to put 2 headings. On the left side, I'm going to put a heading that says Video, and on the right side, I'm going to put Description. So one of the things I can do, as I've done before, is I'm just going to copy one of these headings right here. So I'm just going to right-click and duplicate. And I'm going to grab that, and I'm going to pull it right down in here. And the reason I did that is because that keeps my same formatting that I had in those headings above, and all I have to do then is just edit what this says right here. So that's my left side. So what this is going to say is the word video, and in parentheses I'm going to put click to watch. So let everybody know that those videos are going to be clickable, and that is centered in the middle of that column. And then over on the right, I'm going to do the same thing. So again, I'm just going to duplicate that one, drag it right over here, and I'm going to edit what this one says, and all this one's going to say is description. And I have finished that process. I've got the titles in there. So now the next thing I'm going to need is a place to actually put my videos and my descriptions. I think before I do that, I think I'm going to do one more thing here to this section. I think I'm going to add a border just to make it a little different from these up here. A very subtle border. And I clicked on the section itself. I went to Style, I went down to Border, and I'm going to do Border Type Solid, and I'm going to do it all the way around so I don't need to unlock them. I'm just going to make a border 1 in size. It's just a nice subtle little border that's going to go around that section and kind of offset those titles a little bit. And then I'm going to use a border as well on the sections that I do down below. So I think that will be good for that part. So I'm going to go back up here again and add another intersection right below, like that. Same thing again, I'm going to style this one by making the background white. You can already see when I get through I'm going to need to do some separating of some of these things. And I'm also going to put a border around this, so I'm just going to do that while I'm thinking about it. Down here under border, we'll do the same solid border. We'll go all the way around this. So that'll be a 1. I also think that I'm going to put a border right between these two on this part down here. So I'm going to make the right column. I'm going to go to Style this. I'm going to border here. Again, solid. This time I'm going to unlink them because I only want to put that border on the left side of the right column. Okay, so now I'm actually ready to put some content here, and what I'm going to put right here is the link to my YouTube video. So here's how I do that. I have my YouTube video that I'm going to be working with first, the first one that's going on there. It's actually the second one in the series. But this is the one I'm going to put in right now. And what you do, easiest way to do it, go to your video on YouTube, click the share, and then there is an embed right here. And I'm just going to copy all of this embed right here. And it'll copy it to your desktop for you. So I click copy down there. And then I'm going to insert down in this column. I can do two things. I can either insert a text editor, or I can go way down here. This is probably the most straightforward way. There's an HTML, which is the language that browsers read. And I can insert HTML right here. And what I'm going to do is paste that code right there. And when I do that, it pasted the link to my YouTube video. It can be played. As it said, click to watch above. I'll be able to just click on that and actually see that video. Now let me take that off just so I can show you the way you can do it with a text editor. So you can do the same thing by inserting a text editor right here. And you can click on the text button instead of visual. And then highlight that and we'll paste that same code right here. And it has to go through a little bit more of a process to do it. But you'll notice when I go to visual on the left, then I've installed it. It's all ready to go. I click over here. When I click on something else, now that actually is put on there. I like the HTML just because it's a little faster, but this works as well. So choose whichever one you would like to make this work. I'm going to go back and put HTML because I'm going to use this a lot to copy and paste to put additional videos on. So I want to have it set up right. So again, I went to HTML, inserted it right there, I'm pasting it, and that one is ready to go. Now over on the right, I need to insert a text editor, and I'm going to borrow the text editor right here because I know the format is right. So again, I'm going to duplicate this one, and then I'm going to just grab that and hold it down and bring it right down here and paste it. Now, as I've been doing, if you watch the first video, I keep a lot of this on Notepad so that I can get all of this copied and pasted instead of having to continually type it all in. So this is my actual content here that I'm going to copy right at the very bottom for this video. So I'm going to click this, go right here, paste the content. And there is my content that is my description. And as I'm looking at this, I'm thinking I kind of need to have a heading above that or a title for my video. So I'm going to go back again. I'm going to, I don't think I want this one to look like these. So I'm just going to drag a new heading right here and do a little bit of styling on it. So this heading is actually going to say the name of my video here. So again, I have that. I keep up with all of that right here on my notepad, and I could have typed this, but the name of this is Install WordPress on a New Site. So I'm copying that. I'm going to paste that as my content right here. And I need to do a little bit of styling here, a little bit different maybe from the others. Let's make this like a dark gray, like this color right here. A little bit less dark than the black we used on this. Matches this default text right here a little bit better. Also, I think I may need to look at the size. So let's go to typography. Let's try 18. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think I'm going to leave it to the left as well like that. So I think I've sized that pretty well. So now I have a heading. I have this text down here. You notice in my text there's a link. So I'm going to go fix that and make it an actual link. One of the things I say in my video is you can get hosting in the description. So I actually want this to be a link. So over here in the text editor, I have this. And I'm going to highlight that link. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going right up here to link, and it pops up like this, and I'm going to apply that. One more thing I want to do with that is I want to click the settings right here because I would like for that link to open in a new tab. So if somebody goes to that, I'd like for them to get back to this website easily enough, and that'll be a separate one. So I just clicked open link in a new tab, and so I will update that. And I have made that a link. You'll notice now that if I hover over that, it looks like a link, it points to it, and if you click on it, it would actually go to that place and open a new tab up here at the top to do that. So I think I've done a pretty good job here of describing what my video is about and giving it a title, and this looks like something that I will just start to copy and paste now to build the rest of the videos. So if I want to build another one, I'm going to click on this, right click, duplicate, and then again it'll be right there below, and all I will have to do is change this link to a new one and put in a new title and put in a new description, and everything will be ready for my next video. And I can do that in the future as I add more videos to this site as I go along. I think I'm going to delete that one for now so I won't make a mistake and leave it there. And I think I'm going to do one more thing to this side, but I think I'm going to save it for the next video. And we need to do a little bit of work on spacing between some of these before we get through. In the next video, we will do that spacing, and we're also going to add a little bit of content over here. I'll show you how I can actually create and put in an ad and a link, and I'll put that over here on this little right column to finish out at least the basics of this home page and the way we want it to look. Until then, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and also subscribe and hit that notifications button so we can let you know when we do a new video. If you don't have hosting, I hope you'll click on that hosting link that you just saw me create, or the link that we're going to put in the ad over on the right, or if you're watching on YouTube, in the description below. And that will allow you to read more information and then sign up for hosting through my affiliate link. That pays me a commission, doesn't cost you anything. You get a pretty good deal whenever you do that as well, and it helps support my site, and I appreciate it a lot. Thank you for supporting our site, and thank you for watching this video, and we'll see you in part 3 as we finish up our home page.